You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Welcome back, Skyrim Addict podcast, the Oblivion Roundtable edition. Hi, Michael. I'm here with Colin.
Evening, guys.
Who is not playing Minecraft, and Juan.
Hello.
Is not playing Minecraft.
No.
So we have the only two people not playing Minecraft currently with me. We have a big contingent of people who hopped into the Sherry set up the Fallout skinned Minecraft as a realm. And everybody's been hopping in there, kind of learning how to live together to get ready for Fallout 76, I guess. It's basically what's going on. And I thought Colin was in there. It was not. It was Keith. And then Sherry's in there. Shalene actually joined the other day. Andrew. A whole lot of people. It's a big contingent of folks. Andrew dies every 5 minutes. I see a little blip on top of the screen. Andrew has tried to swim in lava. Andrew is suffocated in a hole. Andrew has been blown up by a creeper.
I believe he did say that he's not a gamer.
It's kind of fun. It's funny because you see when people die, it gives you the little message, and it kind of tells you how. And it's like, again? Like early on, he was getting killed by witches he was accidentally trapping in his house. It was good times.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So we've been having some fun with that. It's been pretty fun.
Who doesn't want a witch in their house?
Well, yeah. I mean, he was like growing them or something. I don't know. They were all over the place. They were everywhere. He was dying every 5 minutes from it. One was like Andrew fell from a high place. I was like, yep, that'll happen. That'll happen. Because I did that also, but not purposely. Yeah, so there's been a lot of Minecraft play with.
Maybe he's just trying to get achievements.
Yeah, well, he's getting every death. I think he's pretty close. He's very close. So last episode, we talked not with you two, but with was it Victor and Steve was on, and we talked about E3. So
I was on.
Want to get your thought. You were on. That's right. You came on. That's right. You hopped on at the last minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was there from the beginning.
Well, I mean, like you thought you weren't going to be there.
I hopped in last minute. I hadn't agreed to be on. Yes.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't know if you were hopping on or not. But
right.
Let's see what'd you think of the stuff, Colin? Any big standouts from E3, Bethesda's E3 stuff for you?
Not really. I mean, I like some of the stuff that says they were coming out, but really the only thing that was that all of it, I think most of us were there for, were just Fallout 76.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's going to be okay. The only problem is I'll be on PC, and I think you guys most of everybody in the group's going to be on Xbox One, and it's not cross-platform for those, is it? For 76, I don't think.
That's one thing I'm not sure of, actually.
Yeah, I mean they're making blades cross-platform, so who knows? Maybe they could do the same with.
Yeah, I mean, like really,
76.
Almost because Fortnite is cross-platform, other than PlayStation, of course, which is having a bad week with that kind of stuff. But
yeah, they don't want to cross-platform on anything.
Yeah, well, like even since we were all playing Minecraft, everybody else, Minecraft now, like I can literally play the same game. I can be on my Xbox One, go upstairs, play on my Switch, play on my iPhone, and then play on the PC, all the same thing seamlessly, with all the same friends, all connected through the Microsoft account. So I don't see why they can't do something similar with 76, because Fortnite is essentially, they do that as well. Although it's short battles as opposed to, a survival situation.
Yeah, I mean, and I think most of the information is going to be, obviously, it's going to be on their end. Because if it's going to be like, PvP and stuff like that, they can't have people modding their games so they give themselves like super duper weapons and things like that. So
yeah, that's true too.
All your stored information is going to be their end, not your end. So if they put all it in one place and just give you access through whatever platform, it should be possible.
Yeah, because they did talk about mods for it down the road, right? After they stabilize everything.
I would assume that it'd be what do you call it? And what do they call it when it's improved living or whatever?
Sure, like in an MMO style game.
Well, they just have a term for like not cost of living, but something that just improves your situation as opposed to like weapon and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's more like
cosmetic.
More cosmetic and stuff like that. I could imagine they would allow, because anything that could give you an advantage in battle would be tough.
Yeah, for sure, that's true.
Unless they really want to go extreme survival, then
yeah.
I think at that point people would just make their own mods and not share them.
Yeah, then because then it gives you a distinct advantage. Yeah, they didn't really. Are you still playing Legends?
Yeah, I'm still playing. I actually tried. I was having a look online, and I found that was it Magic the Gathering on Wizards of the Coast have their own game server on the Wizards of the Coast website. So I was trying playing a bit of Magic the Gathering, but that's definitely a pay-to-win game. It was, and I don't know, the class of player you get is definitely one of those ones who were all the opposing players, is all the ones who want to lord it over everybody of their high-powered cards and and then just sort of instead of ending the game straight away so everybody has fun, they try and sort of do situations where it's just constant torture. You get you down to 1 health, and then instead of finishing the game straight away, they just keep on pulling out loads of cards constantly and just ignoring, not finishing the game straight off. So it's a totally different class of player than it is to Elder Scrolls Legends, which, if anybody's looking to start a game, I would definitely recommend Elder Scrolls Legends a lot more than Magic the Gathering. You can spend. I spent, was it $9.99 getting the game, and then I spent another £15 getting a booster pack of cards, and even then, there was nobody I could win against. Whereas with Elder Scrolls Legends, they literally, people who start the game that day can win games against people who've been playing it from day one.
Oh, okay.
The way the games are set up. The way the game's set up in Magic the Gathering, that'll never happen. A newbie who's just went out and spent £14-15 on a deck will never, ever be able to sit down to a game with somebody who's been playing it for years. They will get trounced instantly.
Just get crushed each time.
Yeah, it's not a new player-friendly game, and it's definitely pay to win as well. Minimum of £60-70 getting yourself a deck, and you have to buy a deck that would have to be pre-built by somebody else. You wouldn't be able to figure it out on your own from all the game that I'm doing. And then I checked some videos on YouTube, read a few things online, and no, you can't walk into that game and instantly have fun. Not unless you buy yourself a starter pack and your friend buys a starter pack and you play those starter packs against each other. That's the only way you'll have fun with it.
Because then you'll never have a chance.
Yeah, you won't be able to walk into a game situation against a seasoned player, and you being a new player, you'll never win and you won't have fun neither.
Damn. Well, that's that makes it a tough entry then. You'd think they would, but I guess it's they got enough players where that's not as important.
Yeah, I mean they obviously Magic the Gathering is more sort of a player against player sort of thing than it is an online game. Whereas Legends started online and it's only an online game.
Yeah.
But even trying to get into it, it was really bad and didn't make it easy at all.
What do you think about the updates they were talking about for Legends? The new decks and stuff.
The new decks it's always nice to get new stuff and sort of like, try out different decks. But what I was saying was a good point about the game is also a bad point against the game. So you, as I said, you can be a seasoned player playing from day one, and you can have all the sort of like, the flashy cards that are animated instead of just basic cards. And they're sort of like, the cards, and they're all glowing gold and they're all legendary, and you can have the best cards. And then you can go into a game against some guy who started yesterday, and he'll sort of like, knock you out in about 7 rounds because of it's all based on luck. It's a 50 card deck.
Oh, okay.
So you can only sort of like, I'd say you're only like 90% of it is skill, and all the skill of it is building your deck beforehand. I'd say about 9% of it is the skill of you building your deck beforehand. 1% of it is the skill of you playing at that particular moment, what to do with which particular cards you get. And the other 90%, it's all luck, because you're going into a 50-card deck against somebody. And if you have all the best cards and they're all perfectly symmetrized, when they come out, if you get all support cards and no creatures, and he gets the right creatures at exactly the right time, then he's going to win. It doesn't matter what, the best cards that you've got against his like normal lame cards. If you can't block his cards, or if you got no creatures to kill them with, or you get all supports, or you get healing, or whatever it is, then he's going to win. It doesn't really matter.
So it's more dependent on what you have.
Yeah, as I said, it's a lot more fun, and it's a lot more quick moving. And it's easier for new players to get into it because, as I said, as a new player, you could walk in and beat a really seasoned player. So
yeah, and you don't have to invest so much to really get into it.
Well, you don't have to invest any money.
That's right. It's free to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pay money to get cards, but you get all the cards from the basic set given to you straight away for free.
That's interesting.
And also, as you play the game, you earn coins or something, and then you can purchase the decks as well, right?
Yep, you earn gold coins, which you can buy booster decks with legendary cards in them, and then all your extra cards you can sell for soul gems. So when you get you can have 3 of the same card, and you can put 3 of those in each deck that you play with. But if you get 4, 5, 6 of the same card, you can sell them all off with a little device inside the app. Sell them all off for soul gems, and then you can buy specific cards, even legendary cards, for soul gems. You can buy nearly all the cards. There's a few specials that they come out with, but you don't have to pay for them. You have to win them, basically, depending on how good you are.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever... I may have tried Legends when it first popped up. I may have to try it again.
It's a good sit down with your phone, sit on the John game.
Yeah, just kind of
work, sitting on the train.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty good for that, and you get little things like daily rewards, free cards, free money, stuff like that, and then they give you like a little 1-day quest each day that you go and complete. So
I wonder how with Blades going mobile, how that'll affect how many people are. I don't know if that's a big crossover audience. I mean, I'm sure there's some, it's Elder Scrolls in general.
I think they're going to lose some players from Legends.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to have enough room on their iPhone to have both games on. And a lot of people, because it's held on the Bethesda.net account, you're not going to lose any information. So you can delete your Elder Scrolls Legends off your phone. When Blades comes out, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete Legends off my phone, and I'm going to download Blades.
Yeah,
because I still have it on my computer, so I can play it on my PC when I get home. So.
Yeah, and you don't lose anything by deleting it because it's not really saved there anyway. Yeah,
all my information, all my cards, sort of like all my progress basically is all held therein.
Yeah, that was one thing I was wondering with Blade, the crossover with the 2 online games, and how much of a pull it is away from Legends once you do Blades, which is it seems to be more of a
an adventure game,
adventure style game. Yeah. So I do wonder how that affects Legends long term. But then there's also people who prefer the card style game anyway.
Yeah.
So they're going to be there anyway. Was there any? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, the ESO stuff. Obviously, both of you playing ESO.
Yeah. That one a bit weird, really. I logged back in and sort of like bought the game. I think I bought the 1999 sort of like set. So the cheapest one I think I could get. And that loaded the game straight in. Downloaded it. I went into game. When I loaded in, my main character, Jonaria, was still in there. She was in Cyrodiil, and then I didn't leave Cyrodiil, which is the PvP side. So for like 5 solid days, while everybody else was playing Somerset, I was still playing PvP.
Still PvP.
You're probably better off.
Then when I came,
everybody was on Somerset.
Yeah. I was it this week just going. I went back. Was it one of the days I logged in? Obviously, when there's too many people, because it can only hold 200 people in PvP at any one time. When there's that much, it automatically kicks you back to where you started. And I was back in the Clockwork City, which was the previous DLC, which I never actually finished. So I thought, well, might as well finish this before I start Somerset. So I finished the Brass City. I didn't finish it all. I just done the main quest, and then I went in and then started doing some stuff in Somerset. It's okay. It's okay, but it's the same as Razum Dar is one of the recurring characters from ESO. He's been there from day one, and he's a lot of fun. He's a Khajiit character with a mohawk, but there's also another returning character in it, and you're not supposed to know who he is, but you know who he is, and you're like, "Yeah, he's back!"
Yeah, as soon as you hear the voice,
oh god,
he's back, and they've been hinting at that at every single time you come across a Daedra. You're like, you sort of like, something about this guy, and you're hearing about him somewhere, and I'm only like 3 quests into the main quest. I've seen him a couple of times, so I know he's coming into it.
Yeah, I completed the main quest, and I completed the Sijic Order storyline as well. So that's pretty good. We get access to our TAM.
Yeah, you get some. Do you get a Sijic skill line? Don't you?
Yes.
That's what those giant balls that keep on popping up all over Cyrodiil I'm running into, isn't it?
Everybody keeps popping those domes.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Fuck off! Basically, they pop this giant dome over the top of 30 players, and instantly stuns them for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I think it is.
Yeah.
The Sijic Order.
Yes,
they're back. Well, that's technically not back. That's before.
No, they were back. They were disappeared before this one as well.
Oh, were they? Oh,
yeah.
Basically, they're living on a island that is everywhere and nowhere. It's just kind of in its own plane, and they have to attune you to it so that you can actually travel to it.
Oh, okay. Huh. Interesting. That isn't... Well, I guess, because they exist outside of, the however you would call it, that plane.
Right.
That does make sense.
It's kind of cool. They talk about how they slow time in Artaeum because it takes them centuries to learn different things.
Huh.
So they actually live like long time. Well, maybe not centuries, but it takes decades or a lot of time to learn and master things. So they age at a really slow pace.
Yeah, no, I spoke to an orc today, and she said she's been there for 350 years.
Right. She's kind of the one that gave me some of that information.
Yeah, so you're right. They've been there for hundreds of years. Their time moves either slowly there, or they've all sort of taken all of Yule.
And basically, you find out that 3 Daedra have gotten together.
Interesting.
Yeah, to try to take over the world or whatever. I don't know how many people have actually completed it, so just trying to stay spoiler free for everybody else.
Yeah, it hasn't been too long. It's been out, so
yeah. I know it was Clavicus Vile, Nocturnal, and Mephala.
Yeah, so none of the really dangerous ones, just the B team of
pretty much, yeah,
or the D team, should I say?
3 of them, so
maybe they feel like they have a better chance that way. What else came out? I'm trying to think.
My first thought was, what the hell's Nocturnal doing with those other 2?
That's weird. Yeah. Nocturnal does not seem like a team up Daedra, first of all, or one that would team up with Clavicus Vile for sure.
Right, but as the story goes on, you
kind of see why
it clarifies everything, and you go, "Oh, okay."
Huh. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a really good story. It's a lot of fun, and the last part you get to go into the Crystal Tower and go through that grind. So it really touches on a lot of the Altmer lore, and they talk about different things and how everything runs and why things are the way they are. So
yeah,
it's pretty fun. It's a nice look into the race that we all love to hate.
Yeah, with good reason. That's the worst thing about it. It's it's all the douchebag comments you get from NPCs now. I mean, it's a good game and you get some great stories in it, but your retort from your dialogue is not enough because, it's an MMO, so they know that, they give you some, every now and then in sort of, some of the bigger quests, but in the littler quests, when you just want to turn around and go, hey, man, you're just a lowly foot slugger. The best thing you can do to try and insult the guy is not take his quest, which... Well, then you're losing out on XP anyway. But there was this guy where it was, I was on the way to the vineyards, and he was like, "Oh, I dropped loads of my bottles while I was walking around drunk. Go pick up all the bottles I dropped." No, I'm not gonna go pick up all the bottles that you dropped walking around a vineyard. What the fuck?
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, my character is an Altmer, and it's still. They say, "Oh well, you're an Altmer, but you're still an outsider."
Yeah, I haven't. Trying to think. I haven't really, other than playing Oblivion and Minecraft, I've been light on the gaming. Been looking for something new.
My main game is ESO, just because of my niece's softball schedule.
Yeah, once I got done with God of War, and I feel like I kind of need something fresh. Although,
the only thing I done was completed. Doom on easy squeezy mode and finally completed the campaign.
Yeah,
that was it. So I'm watching besides watching loads and loads of anime. That's pretty much all I've been doing.
Yeah, it's another thing is my wife and I will watch some shows late in the afternoon when she gets home. So go to my niece's practice. We come home, watch we've been watching Supernatural. And then from there, I get maybe an hour a night to play ESOs.
There you go.
It's hard to get caught up. And then their softball every weekend, and of course they have to make it to the championship game every weekend. So you're looking at 4 or 5 games a weekend.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You on season 45 of Supernatural?
I am actually on season 2.
Oh, see, the first 5 seasons are great.
Yeah. And it seems like they finally kind of figured out a direction in which they're going to take it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that eventually that gets cleared up, and then they go, what do we do?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. We stopped watching. We did watch the first 5 and then stopped after that. But I mean, the characters are fun as hell. So
yeah, one show I would recommend though is Person of Interest. That show is great.
Oh yeah. We watched. Well, I guess it was like a decade ago. The first 5 seasons of Supernatural.
Wow, I know they're on season 13.
They're just going and going. Hey, people watch it. That's all that matters. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's just about the actors are fun at this point and people enjoy them. So, but I guess we have our Oblivion quests. We have let's see, in our main quest we have Cold Flame of Agnon, Ritual of Ascension.
Accession?
Accession, not accent, not what did I say? Ascension? No, it's not Ascension.
Yeah, Ascension. Yeah, Accession, but Ascension is the same thing, right?
I don't know.
No, it's not.
No.
Ascension is that mean you rise.
Yeah. And then you have the choice of Ritual of Mania or Ritual of Dementia.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our main ones. Then we'll get to the Crucibles. Let's see. Cold Flame of Agnon. Quick run through. After the last quest we completed, your Sheogorath essentially sends you to Sylarn, or however you specifically say it, and you speak with a Golden Saint and a Seducer, and you have to decide on who you're going to help relight the Flame of Agnon. And let's see, who is it on the one side? Ulfri or something like that, and Kana. Kana is the saint and Ulfri is the seducer. So apparently there is 5 different ways you can do this.
Wow.
I did not realize that. They're slightly different. There's 2 paths but a couple different ways in each path that you can choose. So I convinced the saints to go through the Undercroft and didn't do anything else. I went with them, but didn't do anything else. How did you guys go about it? You went with
pretty much. I went with the Dark Seducers because they're Dementia side, and I'm going all Dementia side through all of these quests. And from that side, I just said, let you know they're going to attack in the mine hall. She said they were going to attack in the mine hall. All right, let's go kill them all then. And they came all rushing in, and then fight, run away, fight, run away, and that's how it went.
You killed the commander.
Yeah,
and then
kill Era, and then suddenly fight. They were all as tough as balls. They were.
Yeah, they were actually. Yeah.
I kept bringing up my Daedroth.
Yeah, I have my... See, I kept bringing up the Storm Atronach, but then it would fight both sides.
Yeah.
So
it's probably just because it shoots lightning and hits everything, so then everything wants to attack it.
I should have switched. It was probably a bad call going with the lightning. But apparently, the 5 different paths. So we have the seductive path, and that is where... So no matter which way you go, the seducers are always the defensive. Yeah, they're always down there on the defense. You can do the Road of Honesty. You let the commanders, both sides, just carry out their original plans, and the saints, they attack through the main way, and the seducers defend the passage. So that's everything just goes as they had originally planned. The Road of Treachery, which is you move the seducers the bulk of their people into the Underdeep, and then you convince the Saints to go attack through the Underdeep to get them slaughtered, and essentially set up an ambush, which is, I guess the most treacherous way. But those are the through the seductive path, and then the saintly path is, let's see, you can convince the Saints that the scouting report is true, and they do go through the Underdeep. I think that's what I had actually done. Road of Guile, which is you'll place the seducers out of position and convince their commander to move their soldiers into the Underdeep and allow the Saints to come through the main passage. And the third, or the final option, apparently the most difficult, is a straightforward attack through the main passage. With no moving. Is that yeah. As we just heard. Yeah. So that one is the most difficult. So, but yeah. So and then you once what is it? Is it Kenna that's killed? Or it depends on which side you're on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they go into the flame, and then the other, whoever's left over, was it Ulfri? Yeah, goes into light the flame by sacrificing themselves.
Yes, they are like because of Daedra, they're immortal, so they can go down, but apparently they can never die. They always come back. But in this particular instance, when she sacrifices herself, which means they actually die, so they can relight the flames of Agnon.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so once that's lit, you just kind of step into it and set yourself on fire, and go all the way back to the palace on fire.
Yeah.
And then you have to, you actually go to the Arden Sol, like the Temple of Arden Sol, or whatever they call it, Saculum of Arden Sol, and talk to the priests again, and then you choose Mania or Dementia. I chose Dementia. You chose Dementia, correct, Colin?
Yes, I chose Dementia there too.
So you got the raiment of Arden Sol, and then what's the other one? The other one is the raiment of Intrigue.
We also meet a friend there as well. Well, not a friend, but there's a guy there that we met that's also in Skyrim, and he's one of the priests. He's a priest for Mania. The guy in red. If you know his name's Dervenin.
Oh yeah.
And he's the wood elf that's in Skyrim that's out walking around, and he's, my master's gone missing. You need to go into the Blue Palace and get my master and bring him back from the holiday.
That is him, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I think it's the same guy. I don't know what the different races, but I know the name's the same.
Yeah, because that involves, of course, Sheogorath, so that would make complete sense. I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if it is the same person. It would make sense. Because he's in, his plane of Oblivion. It's not like he's. So if he kicks him out, it really doesn't matter what time frame it is,
So Dervenin in there. He's a priest. He's a Bosma.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up the quests.
There we go. Notes right down at the very bottom. 200 years later, Dervenin appears in the City of Solitude, in the province of Skyrim, where he asks the player to assist him in getting Sheogorath back to the Shivering Isles. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Huh.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. I like how there's that through line there with him. Yeah, so I guess he kicked him out because he got tired of him. He wasn't that fun anymore.
Yeah, no, it's because we chose Dementia.
Yeah, it's too boring.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore. We need Maniac, get lost.
Good riddance. Oh gosh. Yeah, and then you can you just step into the brazier and light whichever one you choose. Which one did you choose, Juan? The Mania or?
I still haven't gotten to that part. That's about as far as I got.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just ended up picking the seducers, fought the battle, and finished the battle, and that's kind of where I left off. Like I said, my game time is so limited.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty good quest though. I like the different choices you can make. It's not just black and white. You know, you can do slightly different scenarios in this one with the different strategies. It's not. I feel like that kind of got lost a little bit into Skyrim, whereas in this one, specifically Shivering Isles, things kind of have consequences in the end.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. The only issue I have with the Shivering Isles is that there's a giant thread running all the way through, and that's you're in Crazy Town.
Oh yeah.
So everybody's crazy. So you're going through this, and literally everybody you speak to. Maybe I should call on Haskell more because he seems like for a sane conversation. Because it just if you're continuously playing it. Luckily, sort of there's been long breaks in between where we're playing it, so I think I would have felt it more. But it's like variations on the theme. So everybody there is crazy. So every time you talk to something new, right, this is going to be a crazy conversation. This is going to, and then in the end, it's sort of it starts to lose its novelty when you're just doing the same thing, or it's slightly different but the same. So.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Because there is no straight conversations.
No.
Yeah, and Haskell probably is the only one that is dry and sensible.
I'm gonna have to call in more sort of a sobering cup of tea, I think.
Yeah, every other one is kind of like hit or miss. It's like either super super crazy or like really depressing or
creepy crazy.
Yeah, it kind of runs the gamut of which is which. But yeah, that's a good point.
Did you manage to go in and speak to the owner of the bookstore, that high elf woman that was in the bookstore?
Did I? I don't know.
Yeah, she freaks me out every time I go in and talk to her.
I might have, because I talked to I went around talking to everybody in town just to kind of kick quests off and find things and do the rumor thing and all that. So I probably did, but everybody's so out there. They it kind of all. Maybe I had spoken to her previously at a previous time when I was in there. But Sheogorath is waiting for us after we light that flame.
Yes, he is.
He's actually sitting in a pew when you get back there.
Yeah. I was like, that's very handsomely dressed. Oh, wow, it's you.
Yeah. You look back and you're like, And there's a very strange conversation with him with this one. This is the ritual of a session, and he's talking. Who was he? Malakath was he talking about? And something with clowns and clouds and how clowns taste, or
Yeah, it was. He said no. The return of Jiggalag.
Yeah,
and it goes not every time I've tried to stop him, nothing has worked. The last time I dug a hole and filled it with clouds.
Yeah.
Or was it clowns?
That's what it was. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was like, what?
And that didn't work. And he was like, you're right, yeah, that didn't work. So, and it tasted really foul. All right, so it must have been clouds because clouds taste of tears or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. It was very, very odd. It was a very odd conversation, surprisingly, with Sheogorath. Oh gosh. So for the accession, you he wants you to become either the Duke or Duchess of
Mania
Mania
or
or
Dementia.
Dementia. Yeah, I don't know why I just drew a blank on that. So you just have to choose which one you want to go through the quest line of. I believe they tell you, they kind of give you as you speak to whatchamacallit, Dervin and Arctis, they give you kind of a little breakdown of what you have to do for each thing. Yeah. I believe.
Speak to both of them.
What did I do? I think I did Mania this time. I think I did the Dementia for lighting the flame, but then I went Mania for the removal.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I went Dementia all the way, so I went Dementia this one as well. So I was with the ball guy, the non-Dervenin guy, and I had to assassinate Syl.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Because she thinks that everybody's out to kill her, and Geograth is like, oh, no, she's right. Way.
Oh, I went the other way because he's like, oh, it was something about like a sex party and the heart blowing up. I was like, oh, well, all right, I'll go that way. I'll see what happens.
Yeah, that freaked me out a bit too much.
It sounded
strange. Like it was all drugs, and I was like, goddamn fucking hippies.
Yeah, it was like Studio 54 exploded all over the quest line. But
I was like, no, screw this. Let me just go punch something. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it wasn't as crazy as all that, thankfully.
So I'm still in because I'm with playing my heavy armor guy, and so he's all in his decked out in his Daedric armor with a big Daedric battle axe. So
nice.
Yeah, definitely had to go the kill route, and Syl's kind of like what's it? She's on the Dark Seducers are her guards. Did the other guy, the main guy, did he have Golden Saints as his guards?
He has the Golden Saints.
Yep. Yeah, they're over there. But his is more, the Mania side requires just more finesse, really. It's more sneak than fight. So we probably chose the correct sides anyway. Because I had to follow someone, like his, I have to drug him, or actually not, I don't have to I have to drug him, but I just have to give him more drugs than he planned on taking. That's basically what happens.
Nice.
I have to, so I had to give him I had to get 2 more doses of the, what the hell was that stuff called?
Gremlin? Yeah, Gremlin or something
like that. Or Gremote, something like that. And so
that's what we had in the last quest.
Yep.
Something Gleam. I just went through it too.
Yeah, God, what the hell is it called? Gremote. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it, but I had to follow his right hand person to where they store the stuff, and it was like a long dungeon crawl, but I had to not be seen. So, and there was a lot of what the hell are they? Gremote, right?
Yes,
that's it. Okay,
you were right. Yeah.
And there was a lot of what the hell are those fish-looking things down there? Creature from the Black Lagoon looking creatures down there. I can't remember their names for some reason, but so there's a bunch of them, and so I would just shoot off my Storm Atronach just to keep 2 or 3 of them busy, so I could get by and continue following to find out where the pile of the green moat was. And then I had to go find his dinner and drink and put extra dosages in there. So then he's standing at the dinner table. He comes in and he's reciting poetry and dies in the middle of the poetry. So then I had to get his blood.
So does everybody else.
Yeah.
Boredom.
So then I had to get his blood and take it to the altar at at Saculum, at the Saculum of Ardensol. So, did you have to get the blood from Syl as well? Is that what it is? The same, essentially the same thing.
No, was it? I went in and had to check with advice from the two people that are beside her. So, like, to give me information on how to get to Syl, because she's paranoid, right? She thinks everybody's trying to kill her, and she's right, as we said before. So I talked to the two guys, and my speech is abysmal. So I started talking to the first guy, and I checked my writing with him. It was 22. So I spent the next half an hour getting him up to 60, which was that was my max.
Oh God!
And then I had to bribe him about I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 gold or something like that to get him up to 75. So he was like, "Oh, now you're talking my language." And then the quest went, "Oh, now you need to talk to her as well," because he gave me a key to get me back there.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know whether, because I think the door said this requires a key.
Oh, okay. It wasn't even one you could unlock. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got open all locks. So
yeah, me too. Yeah, it is a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll admit it. I like the lockpicking, but it's way easier just to cast a goddamn spell.
Yeah, damn right it is. So then I had to go and talk to the woman as well. So that was more speech wheel and more bribery. And then it was I was thinking, just as I was leaving, I was all right, she said that she was going to go and get rid of a couple of the guards. So I had less guards to deal with. I was like, oh, well, I didn't really need you then anyway, because I'm going to go in there for a fight anyway.
Yeah.
So, I got the key from him, and she went in to get rid of the guards. And then I was just walking away from him, and I was just for 3,000 gold, they just sold her out. And I went, note to self, when I become the new thing, kill those two.
Oh, man.
They can't be trusted. They just sold out the last bloody...
That's a good point, yeah.
Duchess for 3,000 gold. So I was like, right, note to self. And then I carried on and then went through, and then I finally make it into a bed chamber, and there she is lying dead on the bed. I was like, what? What the fuck?
Oh,
and I
man.
turned around, the guy's there, and he's like, oh, don't believe that. I was like, what? He was like, that's not her. That's some woman that she, woman that she kills and sort of puts on her clothes and lays on the bed as a distraction. I was like, fuck me, it actually worked.
As a distraction. Oh, man.
So, and then he goes, yeah, she's escaped through the secret passage. Somehow she learned that you were coming. And I was like, yeah, probably you fucks told her. You fucking traitorous bastards. But then I had to go all the way down through this dungeon, which led into a cave, went back into an alien route. Well, not alien ruin. It's one of those sort of castle keeps that you keep on running across. And loads of these Dark Seducer guards they were. Because now they're all the guards that I pass through town, go, oh, the Mazkin remember their friends. But obviously not these fucks, because they kept on trying to kill me. And you get all the way through to the end, and then it's she's got 4 royal guards, I believe it is, and then her, because she comes out fighting as well with a massive fucking warhammer, an amber warhammer.
Oh, wow.
It was named as well. It was something like Never Shatter or something like that, or Shatterproof. Something basically saying that it never breaks. Or it breaks everything. It was something like, or Shatter All. It could have been. It had a special name anyway, and it does 25 points of shock damage to it. And I was wondering while I was fighting, why did I bring? Because the Daedric battle axe I have with me only has Soul Trap on it, and I was like, why didn't I bring one that was enchanted with fire or something like that?
Yeah.
Then I swapped over to the Warhammer, and then I started hitting things. And then I remembered why. Is that everything fell to the ground dead in 2 swipes. So it was too boring. I was killing things too quick. That's what I went with a normal Daedric bloody thing that didn't do any enchantment damage, so I could still get my good fighting.
Oh, man.
I'm now because of that, because it was at the fight, the last fight that we did against the Saints, the Mazkin against the Saints, is where I got Master of Blunt.
Oh,
So
okay, you got the
now
master. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I can, if I, it got a, was it, it's a, I don't know, it's not a sprinting, but it's a sort of like a forward moving power attack, and it has a chance to paralyze the target, which is fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so then once you kill Syl, then you have to rip her heart out and bring her heart back.
Oh, okay, you got to bring the heart back. Okay.
Yeah.
His heart explodes. Thaden's heart explodes when you give him the stuff from his.
So you come back with a little goblet of like goo and
just goo and blood and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I actually confused two quests. So I got to his servant is Wide Eye, so I followed her to the silo, which is like one of those follow quests at the right time and all that. And then there were guards down there. I had to sneak past. There weren't creatures down there. That was, I think, on one of the Crucible quests I was thinking of. But yeah, then you get the green mote and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, his heart blows up. So yeah, you just get the blood and go back there. I did not loot his body though, and apparently you should do that because it disappears.
Ah, right.
And the Diadem of Euphoria is in there, which I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it anyway. So really, to loot it at this point would have been stupid. But you should loot.
At least look and see what they got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna use it. Like all my stuff's really good now. Like, but you gotta look.
Yeah, I mean, I'm back to using my my battle axe now anyway. So
all right, yeah, I have my bow, and then I just use magic in general most of the time. Yeah,
I've got nowhere to store my crap. I keep on getting. I am constantly got a carry weight spell on.
Yeah, like, me too.
Permanently,
me too.
Because I've got nowhere to put my shit.
Yep. I am like right at the limit too. I'm like, yeah.
I keep on getting like named weapons because I've got like Dust Fang now.
Oh yeah, me too.
And there's some bow I picked up that's every time you shoot it does different damage every time.
Oh yeah, you get that from Syl, I think.
Yep.
I just picked that up. Yeah, it just does random damage.
Oh yeah, I keep on picking up in one of the quests I picked up another matrix for the Madness armor. So I now have 3 pieces. I already have the helmet, and I picked up the shield that was at Vitharn. The shield and the helmet was from Vitharn, and I have 3 matrices, which is for the gauntlets.
Oh yeah, the mage. Yeah.
I think it's the gauntlets, the boots, and something else, but I still haven't got the chest piece. So I think I'm missing 1 or 2 pieces to get a full set of armor made. And that bloody Madness all weighs a ton as well. So
it does. Yes. Yes, it does.
I think I'm wearing carry weight boots as well. I think I threw my Daedric boots away. I'm now wearing ebony boots of feather or something like that I found.
You know what I'm wearing? The Grey Cowl. I think that might does the Grey Cowl give you carry weight in this? I think it might.
I think it does.
I think it gives you carry weight. Because I only take off the Grey Cowl if I'm in complete darkness and need the night eye. But otherwise, I use I like using the Grey Cowl because first of all, nobody cares in the Shivering Isles if you're the Grey Fox, so I don't have to worry about getting arrested. And it has the 200 feet of distance you can see. I'm not sure.
Wow.
I don't remember. Yeah, everybody lights up like 200, which is really far in the game. Yeah, that was our main. Our main quests, and then we. Essentially, as we finish those, it kind of starts heading into retaking the Fringe, which will be next time. Yeah, Sheogorath basically tells you that's what's next.
Yeah, Jiggle Eggs on
the outskirts there, the Grey March.
I know you also find out. Isn't that when you find out one of the guys betrayed us?
Yes, it was
the other Duke. So
whoever. Yeah, the opposite Duke. Yeah.
Yeah, they've joined Jiggle Egg.
Yep. Yeah, because it was for me. It was Syl, obviously.
And me was Thrawn.
And so yeah, she kind of like stopped off. Like, nope, we need to follow the rules. Goodbye. And he's not having any of it. Shagorth is not. He's like, nope.
At some point, he's supposed to be giving us his powers or something like that.
Yeah, he kind of, yeah. I think, I'm not sure where that is in the quest line, though. I forget.
I think he's just trying to make us his patsy.
I believe so. To keep himself safe, yeah, probably more likely, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a catch-22 with Sheogorath. He says he's crazy, but he has what do they say? If he has he's cognitive of his mortality, so he's not actually crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah. Because he keeps saying when Jiggalag comes, I disappear. And you'll be powerful. You'll have my powers. Essentially, you'll be me, and you'll fight Jiggalag.
But I did do. We had the Crucible quest as well. We have let's see, Breathar, the Coming Storm, Final Resting, and a Liquid Solution. Breathar is if you choose to not kill him, can take quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm still kind of in that one. It was like I went to probably 2 dungeons.
Yeah,
and, like, looked in like lots of chests and
Yep,
things like that,
me
and
too.
all I found was a flawed pearl. So
yeah,
I went,
yeah.
That's a pity. Breathar is going to die.
Yeah, I looked. I searched every house in town. I went to every shop, and I was like, all right, look.
Yeah,
look, I'm sorry. Just gonna go this way.
I haven't killed him yet, but
Me either. But yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
He's gonna die. So yeah, basically what it is around town you hear people talking of someone named Errol is having a problem with him, is having a problem with Brithar, and that's when you get the quest and you have to find Errol and ask him about it. He has a store in town, so and he's basically he's a kleptomaniac. He steals everything, and then he's like, just give me these 5 flawless pearls. And you're like, okay, well, how hard could that possibly be? Well, yeah. Well, apparently there are 3 ways. You can kill him, bring him the pearls, or have him thrown in a dungeon, depending on what part of the main quest you are on. So at some point soon, we could probably just have him arrested. There is that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I tried to help him out. Like I said, I searched the houses. You searched a couple of caves and stuff. Apparently, Ballywogs carry them.
I found that. That's where I found one, when going through one of the dungeons. I just killed one of those. And I killed them and nothing on them. Nothing on. Kill them on them. So then I stopped looking. And then for some reason I killed this one, looked on it, and then it had a flawed pearl on it. And I was like, oh. Well, no, in the ratio, I've killed like 10 of them, and this is the only one that had something close like a pearl on them. So,
yeah, it wasn't even.
This isn't happening. I'm not going ballywog hunting.
you have to kill 500 of them or something.
Yeah. So, nope.
Let's see. A few can be found on some of the awnings in Bliss, and the famed rooftops of Crucible. Wait, you can find pearls on the awnings or rooftops? That's odd. I did not even consider that. Or they can obviously you can find them for purchase. But if you have completed the Ritual of Dementia, or if you are the Duke of Mania, you can speak about him and have him arrested. So I did not realize that. Or you can just kill him, of course, which is a whole other option.
Yeah.
But while I was doing that quest, I did kind of speak to everybody in town, essentially, and come across plenty of other quests. So next we had the Coming Storm, which there we go. Let me click on that. That's Ajazda, right?
Yeah, the Khajiit woman in the shop of something or other.
Things Found, I believe it is. It's in it's like the northern part of, I guess that's north of Crucible, the top of the map, I believe it is.
Yeah, she's all but crazy though.
Oh, very, very. She reminds me of the person you got the spoon for in that other quest. Or the fork, not the spoon. The fork of...
Yeah, horrifilation.
Horrifilation, yeah. Kind of reminds me of that person. So she needs 3 items. Was it the Ring of Desiccation, the Calming Pants, which was a fantastic one, and the Amulet of Disintegration. The easiest one was the Ring of Desiccation. That was just in the museum, right?
Yeah, you go into the museum. Well, you got to steal it.
Yeah.
But seeing as they were all crazy, I probably could have just replaced it with a potato.
And it wouldn't have mattered.
Probably,
right.
It wouldn't have mattered. So she still could have called it the potato of desiccation or whatever it is. So I just took the ring and went back down and gave her that. You had to go somewhere, a dungeon, right, to do the.
The Amulet of Disintegration was a dungeon. That's in the ruins. Was it Milchar? It's like northwest corner. I think that was the one. Oh yes, this was. I had a hell of a time figuring out how the hell you had to pick up that stupid torch at the end. So you get through the whole dungeon crawl. There was a bunch of different enemies in there, and then you get to the room.
See, I done this like a few weeks ago, because I didn't know that these quests. I thought the Bliss quests and the thingy quests were all together, so I started doing this one ages ago. So I went and I'd done that dungeon, and that fucking torch thing was a pain in the ass. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, yeah, because on PC, I guess you can grab it, right?
Yeah,
and not just click the grab and not actually pick it up. But on the Xbox, it doesn't do that. So every time I hit it, I'm like, what the hell? Why can't I? So I'm like hitting it with fireballs, trying to knock it around. I'm like, how am I ever what do I do? I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then finally, I was like, I gotta look it up. I gotta see how I can do this because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And thankfully, I did have a telekinesis spell. I had one of the telekinesis spells, and even that is not super easy because it's flying all over the goddamn place when you're running around the room.
Oh, lovely!
And because you only have a certain amount of time to You only have a specific amount of time to light all 3, I guess they're braziers or whatever they are. But I have to pick it up with the telekinesis spell. It's floating in front of me as and you know how when things are floating in front of you in this game, they're kind of flying all over. You have no true control over it, and and you have to kind of fling it over top of each of the things and light them to be able to open that center chest and get the what is it? Amulet of Disintegration, which is very strong. It does some serious damage to your gear, apparently.
Yeah, it does like 100 points of disintegrate armor or something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
And you're like, why would you want to wear this?
Yeah, she's like, well, in case so I can get rid of the stuff so nobody else gets it or something, basically.
Yeah, wow.
And then the craziest part was the calming pants.
Yep.
He's very strange. Fimian?
Yep.
Fimian, is that his name?
Yeah, our old friend Fimian.
Yeah. Oh.
Luckily, I still had some sweet rolls on me from the last time.
I didn't. And they're not easy to find either. I did eventually find them. Like, I just went through everybody's house, basically. I was like, somebody's got to have a damn sweet roll in their house. Like, I went to each shop, and I kind of hit the doors as I went along, like, in the area he was in. Because he was kind of, when I found him, he was kind of like in the main square, by the gate to, the main gate into town there. So I was like, I'll just go through each place and see if I can find a sweet roll. There's got to be one somewhere. I think I ended up in somebody's house. I found one. It was like one or two in there.
Wheat roll.
Yeah. So then he gives you his pants.
Yep. Yeah. He just gives you his pants. So now you have a crazy man eating a sweet roll with no pants.
With no pants. Yeah. Right in the middle of town. And quite frankly, fits right in.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you know what? I just got the skinned dog this time.
Oh, yeah. Mine died.
How do you get rid of the skinned dog?
It dies.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's the only way you can get rid of it because you can't talk to it.
You can't do anything. He's kind of a pain. He's like in the way all the time.
Yeah, he'll fight and then die.
So next time I go out, I'm probably not going to make it.
I had a healing spell and I kept healing him up after each fight. But then I ran the wrong way around the mountain and he got to the enemy first.
Oh.
And it was two of those whatchamacallit, gumzugs or...
Oh, yeah, what do they call it? Grubmite or Grummite?
Well, yeah, Grummites.
Yeah, or Gummite, yeah, because the eggs, there's those eggs all over the place.
Yeah, and they were pretty high-level ones, so by the time I got around the other side of the mountain, he was already dead.
Oh, I can see how.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. The next one was Final Resting, where we have to help Hirus kind of end his life. This is one you kind of get just talking to people around town again.
Yeah, you have to meet him. Was it at night? I think next to the sewer grate or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's going to smell awesome.
Oh yeah.
Nice meeting point there, guy. So so I get him, and then he goes on to this story about how he sort of like, he wants you to kill him, and I think his reason for him wanting you to kill him is that he keeps on telling everybody that somebody's trying to kill him, and now they've kind of like, it's kind of like the boy like calling wolf.
Oh yeah.
So then nobody listens to him anymore, so now he wants to prove them all wrong by hiring you to kill him so he can prove himself right after he's dead, and everybody go, oh wait, he was right, there was that. So, and I've had a look at it and I'm thinking to myself, really, wait, this could be a trap, and it's somebody else using a spell to look like this guy saying, kill me the next time you see me, but don't kill me now, and I don't want to see it coming. So, and then you're going to find a thing in my room, and then I'm going to find out that it was an evil sorcerer. So what I did is I broke into his house to have a look around his house to see if I could find anything. And I found the box, but it said it requires a key.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the key that he gives you.
Yeah. So I haven't killed him yet. I don't know whether I am or not. I'm still kind of thinking that it's going to be a trap.
Oh, nice. I decided to take him out. I won't tell you what happened after that, but
go for it. It's my character that thinks it's a trap.
Oh, okay. So I decided to, because a lot of Oblivion, there's a lot of follow quests involved. So he walks away after you talk to him. So I was like, I guess I'll just follow him and see what happens. And he just kind of stands on this ledge way up high.
Yeah, right in front of a Mazkin.
Yes, and I'm like, all right.
I was like, oh, this would be so awesome. Once she walks off to do her patrol, I'll just push him off the ledge. But she never moves.
No, she doesn't move, but she doesn't really care either. So I walked up to him and I talked to him. And then one of the options, I think, is push him off the ledge. So he turns around and he's like, ah! And she says something. The guard that's standing there is, oh God, what the hell does she say? Oh, someone really ought to put up a railing. This happens all the time.
Yeah, those like stairs are a bloody death trap anyway.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
you got to walk down the stairs, and you don't. You go straight forward about 10 foot, and then plummet all the way down to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, it was pretty high up there. And then you got to go all the way back down, and you loot his body and get the ring, and you can get the ring from his house, and you also can read his will. So his will is with the ring in the box.
Ring of Happiness.
Yeah, it has feather, light, water walking, and fortified personality.
Did you guys ever discuss what you do with the Matrix boxes?
Yeah, you take him to the there. You got two. You got the.
I have
green
two Matrix
ones.
boxes, and then I have one that's a Matrix something else.
Yeah, they're where the Matrix boxes. There's two Smiths. I think there's one in Crucible and one in Bliss. And the woman, I think her name's Kata. She's like special kind of crazy. and got the eyes to prove it. And she makes all the whatchamacallit. Is it she the one that makes the madness? I think she is.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure she's the one that makes madness, because I think I remember seeing the whatchamacallit, the armor. She's got an armor set there on display.
Okay.
So you take the Matrix to her, and if you get the Matrix, they can make you a Madness or an Amber. Amber is light armor, Madness is heavy armor. But if you get the Matrices, they can make it with a magical enchantment on it. If you just get the ore, they can make you the basic armor, but it'll have no enchantment on it. But if you give them the Matrix, it's a special type.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it'll be, because I've got, I think they're called perfect weapons, so you get a perfect, because I've been finding the honor guards or the hour guards, whatever those things are that Jiggalag's bringing with him. Order of the Hour Guards.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah, the swords I've been finding on them are now called perfect swords. So I think it's probably the max level you can get from the weapons. Pretty nice looking. I kept one. And I'm getting overweight. I think I might have to drop it in the end.
Yeah, I can't even pick up anything anymore. It's absurd. I was good. Like when I was going through all these places, I'm like, oh god, I just want to see what's in anything, and I'm like, well, no, it really doesn't matter because I can't carry it anyway.
Well, you can look in there and pick up what you like and get rid of anything that you don't like.
That's what I kind of been doing, just trading things off. And I'm like, I have all these weapons I'm not even using, and like it's just
And there's no safe storage on Shivering Isles?
I'm not sure actually. That's something I got to look at.
I was just reading the notes from the last quest. Was it if you go to the a tombstone will appear after Herosis' death in the new Sheoth graveyard. If you act the tombstone, the epitaph will read, Heroes never felt like he fit in anywhere. He fits in a coffin quite nicely, though. And then it says, the containers in Heroes' house, including the jewelry box where you find the Ring of Ashes, are non-respawning containers and can used safely to store items.
Oh, so his house you can store stuff. Oh,
yep. So we're all going to Heroes' house.
I think I know where I'm going to store my stuff. Yeah. I think I know where it's going to go.
Just so we can pick up more stuff.
Exactly. For no good reason.
Yeah. They specifically said that ring box, and now all my armor and my swords
in the ring box.
Yeah. And my 6 tons of ore are all going in that tiny little jewelry box.
That's like my stump in the mainland.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the story of ES and Fallout?
Pretty much, yeah. Just grab everything you can, store it, never ever use it. Well, I have so much gold.
Guys with the most stuff wins.
Yeah. I have so much gold now that I don't even do the speech wheel. I just bribe everybody to 90 or whatever. You know,
so your speech is maxed out already?
I think my speech is maxed out anyway, or really close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even bother with this. Like, even if it's somebody who doesn't like me, it was like a couple of the people through these quests that I was trying to persuade. I'd walk up and I was like a 20, but I was like, I'll just bribe them all the way up. Because what's the difference?
The people I tortured got down to 3.
Somebody was at 22 when I walked up to them. But quickly they rose as I started handing over the cash. So it's having all that extra gold is quite handy, and I still have like 250,000.
My speech is so low, I don't even have that thing, where you're on the speech wheel, you can shift it one every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
I don't even have that on my speech wheel. That's how low my
25.
I think so. Yeah, it's the lowest one, the first.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to his house now, and just so I don't have to carry it, so I can at least, if I find something really cool, take it.
Yep.
So we had and this was the dungeon crawl I was thinking of. Okay, a liquid solution. Actually, I came across Sickly Bernice, I think, in one of the previous quests. You kind of wander in there looking for somebody. Or I talked to her for a rumor.
I think I found her while I was trying to figure out who was trying to kill Seal.
Yeah.
And I tortured her, and she's like, "You're going to torture a sickly old woman?" Yeah.
Well, yeah. So she needs a cure for her sickliness, which she, who knows? Is she really sick? Probably
loves
not.
Loves to tell you that.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah. So she gives you a flask, and you have to go to Knotty Bramble, which is like a giant tree you go under, basically, with a Grummite altar down below. So and you have to get was it Aqua Nostrum? I believe it is. And basically just go. It's a nice dungeon crawl with a bunch of Grummites. And you go to the bottom of their little area and get the stuff for her. And then she gives you a nice reward. What does that do, actually? A Circlet of Verdure? Let's see. If you're high level, it gives you Fortify Endurance, Health, Disease, and Poison. Resist disease, resist poison, obviously. It doesn't poison you. Yeah. It doesn't give you disease and poison, but...
it depends if you sneeze on it first.
Yeah. At the highest level, you get 12 points of endurance, Fortify Health 35 points, Resist Disease 60, and Resist Poison 60. And that's if you're level 25, so that's pretty solid. Oh, and I just happen to have the Ring of Happiness is right under it. That's like a plus 70 feather, so plus 70 carry weight, Fortify Personality 10 points, and Light 25 feet, and Water Walking for that one, for Ring of Happiness.
Nice. Sounds really nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid one. And then the other two, let's see. The Ring of Lordship, which if you had done the Ritual of Dementia, highest level is Chameleon 32%, Endurance 20 points, and Resist Poison 55. And then the Mania one, if you had done the Mania, it's Personality 20, Disease 80%, and Shield 26. So there's those as well. That was from the other quests.
I do like a lot of the weapon and armor in Oblivion with multiple enchantments, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and the stuff you find is generally a lot better than what you can make.
Yeah, can you even make weapons with 2 enchantments?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think you can only do one, right? You can do spells.
Because I know spells you can make them as many as you want.
Yeah, as long as you have the ability or
the
whatever.
Magicka.
Yeah. You can make whatever you want. But yeah, no, the enchantments, I think you can only do one. And you can find things with like 3-4 enchantments on it. So
right.
that is the one thing I do like that the items you find are much beyond what you could possibly make.
Yeah, because in Skyrim, you can make something more powerful than you can find.
Oh yeah, you surpass that balance like tips pretty early on.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in picking up really weapons when you find them after a certain point, just because you can make something better. Only reason that it's even worth picking up stuff is just because you can add enchantments that you don't have.
Yeah, to get enchantments you don't have, or just to sell it. That's it. That's really the only reasoning. Yeah, because you can definitely make things that are so much better than the stuff you find. I would like to see that balanced out next time for sure, where you could maybe make things that have, I don't know, however they do it or whatever. I assume enchantments will be involved in some way. Maybe you can be better at enchanting, but not quite as good at smithing, or maybe you can be better at smithing, but not quite as good as enchanting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never tip that balance.
Right. I kind of like the ESO crafting system where you find certain equipment that you can make yourself and gives you what do you call it, as you add more pieces of it, it adds more skills, and then when you add your fifth piece or second piece or third piece, depending on how many you need for the item set, it gives you like a final ability or whatever, which is pretty nice.
Well, they kind of done that in Fallout, really, because they had like the piecemeal armor, because you had like little pieces and you could pick them all up. So you could apparently with like stuff like
the Merv.
No, was it the with the armor in Fallout 4? There's the pieces that you can have that reduces fall damage by 50%, and they said if you get two of the same and like two with the legs, so one on the right and one on the left, that means you can jump off tall buildings and not die. Like as if you were in power armor.
In your power armor, yeah. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so
and it's nice that you can have like you can make a chest piece, arm pieces, and the helmet, and you can even add a mask. And they do have the is it just feet or legs as well? It's just legs, right? And no feet.
Yeah, it's just legs in Fallout 4, but obviously with Skyrim, like, you know, with that sort of armor type thing, they'll definitely go boots. It was the legs. It was the legs that were missing in
right.
What you call it in Skyrim one day, because they had no legs.
Yeah, because it's almost like going back to Morrowind, because Morrowind had all the individual pieces as well.
Oh, okay.
That I do remember from Morrowind.
Because like within the ESO, you have like it's going a bit over the top. You got necklaces, and then you got two rings, and then you got the helmet, pauldrons, gauntlets, chest piece. You got legs, and then boots, and then you got two weapon slots. I did notice that now a two-handed weapon counts as two slots.
Yes, it does.
It's awesome.
So now you can do 2 5s and a monster set.
Yep, and that's what I've got. It's finally working out. I've got because I'm a Dragon Knight, Magic Dragon Knight. I've got Burning Spell Weave. And
you're running
Silks.
staves, and it's like.
Yep. Was it Silks of the Sun and whatchamacallit, Grothtars.
Oh, Grothdar, that's a lot of fire.
Yeah, whole lot of fire. But I'm still got the sword and shield because I only figured it out recently. So I've got I do have I think I have 2 Silks of the Sun's pyro staffs. Because you get the Induril Pyro Staff from the quest when you first start off in. What's the starting area? The second starting area, sorry.
In Stonefalls.
Yeah, Stonefalls for the Ebonheart Pact. When you do that quest for the guy where you pulling out the Bone Colossus. When you do that quest, he gives you his. Was it the Induril Pyro Staff? So it's named. So it's always a Silks of the Sun flame staff.
Yep.
So I've got 2. I think I've got 2 of those because I've done both that quest like 3 times now. I think one with Jonaria when she was low level, and then I've done it twice with my Orc and with my Nord. No, with my orc, I know he was 160. He was already over level 50 before he done it. When he done it,
Mm-hmm.
so he managed to get 161. But my Nord is still level 40, so maybe I'll do it with him afterwards, and so I can have two of them. I don't even know if Silks of the Sun is still good.
Well, are you allowed to carry two of name pieces that have the same name? Because I know, like, it doesn't let you, in Deshaun where you kill the big troll, it won't let you equip both of them. Both of the what is it, sharp tooth's thing.
All right, but I thought you could.
But I mean, maybe if it's not on the same weapon slot, it'll be fine.
Yeah, because was it with you can dual wield Omen's Edge, can't you? But yeah, you get Omen's Edge is one of the swords. It's the name sword you get from fighting the Titan in
Halls of Fabrication.
No. That's the Dwarven.
That's a
right?
trial.
Yeah, this is just a normal, not a delve, but
Public dungeon.
Yeah, public dungeon, the 4-man dungeon.
A regular dungeon. Okay.
But yeah, now we have jewelry crafting as well. So I'm still only like level 4 because I haven't been doing that much. I've found a good few platinum seams, and I've researched the first 3 things in necklaces.
I think I have 5 traits in each now. Because I know I have infused for rings, and I have something else. And then since I completed the Sigix quest and the main story in Somerset, I got another 2.
Oh, nice.
And then somebody sent me one, which was the infused rings.
Yeah, I haven't looked at. I know the basic ones you can get. I got loads of purple rings, and I love the way you look at all those rings because I got stored up loads of rings and necklaces from like stuff like just purples that I might use or might not use, but I'll never use. But I love the way it says right at the very bottom of all of that shit that I've got stored up in my bank. You cannot deconstruct this.
Mm-hmm. Only anything you pick up after Somerset drop, you can deconstruct. Yeah, but you can't research any of it, which is nice.
Yeah, but all of that has is just the robust,
just the first 3 traits.
Arcana, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't get any out of PvP because there's supposed to be 1 or 2 different traits that you get from doing PvP.
I got loads of those. I've forgotten what they're called. Rewards for the worthy.
Yeah,
and it was all armor. I didn't get a single weapon. It was just all armor, light armor, medium armor.
No jewelry.
No jewelry whatsoever. I think you only get jewelry when the end of the campaign, and I'm in.
And there's a 30-day.
Yeah, I'm in the 30-day, so I don't think it's up yet. Plus, I was really low because I didn't play that much, so I was only like 5 days. So I was like 300 or something like that.
You got to be like top 100, I think.
Yeah, top 100 to get to. Well, I think you got to be top 100 to get gold jewelry. I don't think you have to be. I think you can get for the first top 200. I think you can get jewelry purple. So,
okay.
I'll just give it to you first, because you probably have the research things, the skills. Because I'm only level 4 still.
Yeah, they don't do the research multiple traits anymore. It'd probably be better if you did it because you'd probably get through it faster. Because now I'm at the point where it'll take 7 days to research stuff.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if they did something like that in ES6, where you kind of research traits as you find them, but not make it where you're doing 7 days or 30 days.
You can't.
Just excuse me. Just make it like we'll just say like 1 one game day or something.
Yeah, you could do like a game day or 2 game days or something like that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because the mechanic's there to keep you in the game, whereas they want to keep you moving on the single player.
Yeah, and I think that would make it kind of a little bit more interesting because as you gain experience in your crafting, then you can make more powerful weapons.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would make sense to have different levels of learning and stuff. I think they could do that. And of course, we had our big teaser of a picture at E3.
And there's been so much speculation.
Yeah, I mean, really, we're talking 3 years. I mean, who knows?
Some people are saying 2019.
Some people are dreaming.
Oh yeah, but I mean they don't really show stuff that where they sit there and they say, oh, coming in 3 years,
Yeah, no, but it's a different world than it used to be too.
Yeah, usually it's within a year or two, when
if that, yeah,
from showing stuff.
Yeah, but you have to remember the last time.
But it didn't show. It was literally just
a picture.
Yeah, just trying to make us fans happy.
Yeah, it was just I think it was.
I think that's all we needed, though.
A
just
cracker,
that just says, you know what, we haven't forgotten about it. It is coming. Here you go.
We're working on it. Don't worry.
I mean, they didn't even have any footage of the one beforehand either, was it? That's Star.
Oh yes, Starfield. Yeah.
And that one's going to be here first.
Yeah, you're probably looking next year after.
They had nothing for that. All it had was literally another picture, and then that could have been a satellite.
Yeah,
not even a space station or anything like that. It could just been sort of like a 5-foot by 5-foot satellite that just opens up. So you got nothing from that either. So
and watch it come out in the spring.
Well, they said it was a playable version now that they had of Starfield.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how far out that puts them. Still could be a year, but maybe Starfield next year, maybe ES6 2020 at the earliest. I still think 2021, which is 10 years later. Oh my God. Oof, 10 years.
They got to make sure they get it right.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's such a hard thing.
Going up against Skyrim. That's what I mean. Well, they say following, but really they're going up against their own figures from last year, and nobody knows how fucking tough that is.
I mean, how do you follow up one of the most, one of the games with the longest lifespan that we've ever seen?
Well, on top of that, it's a game that people were willing to purchase 1, 2, 3, 4 times,
multiple times. That's going to be a real hard. So I get why they want to take their time, and I'm fine with that. But
because I mean, some people bought it on the PC and then on the original system. Then they probably went ahead and bought the new version on the PC and the original and the next system. And then
VR.
Then the VR version.
Switch.
And the Switch. So I mean, there are people that have purchased it 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
Look, I may be one of those people, but I had the PC version, obviously, the 360, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the VR.
And the VR.
Yeah, and the VR. So I don't have any of the PS versions, but I do have the other versions. Yeah, I mean, I get why they're taking their time with it. I mean, 10 years is a long time, though, but gosh, I hope so. A good thing is we haven't had to change the name of the show in the meantime. So, selfishly, it's been very easy.
It's not even a Skyrim Addict anymore. It's just ASA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The fact that people are still playing is amazing. So, but God, it's going to be 10 years.
Be as soon as possible. Bethesda, please.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'd love it in 2019, but I just don't think that's realistic.
I don't think it's realistic either, but they could always surprise us, and we would love every minute of it.
That would be a great surprise for sure.
If like Starfield is, or was it a Bethesda open world single player RPG?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's, I mean, single player Bethesda RPG. Like, how many years have we gotten like out? Well, most of everybody in the group have gotten out of Fallout 4, and that has like no signs of slowing down of any of those guys down.
Yeah, that's it's been over
Starfield,
2 years. Yeah,
Starfield, when that comes out, and we say after Starfield comes out, we've got 1 or 2 years before the next Elder Scrolls comes out. If it's anywhere like, just as good as or a little bit better, because they probably would have learned from a few of their mistakes with Fallout 4, then that game's going to be like, unless they mess something up really badly story wise, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then we're going to
get like 5-10 years out of that as well.
And then you're talking just a full year alone of DLCs, really, most likely.
Yeah, damn straight. So I think we're going to be fully entertained. It's just that if we can get through the next year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think Starfield's going to be a nice bridge in that gap with Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
I was making my own joke up there.
It'll make a nice change of pace.
Yeah,
just because I had star in it, and then you said bridge, and I was like, funny. You're with me, right, Lee? You're with me.
Lee is there. I know he is. I think Starfield can really,
has a lot of potential.
Yeah, it does, because it's something new. It's open world single player RPG, as they've said. So it opens up the whole modding world again. It opens up everything.
Instead of horses, you got rocket ships, or you got your own little UFO or something.
Something, yeah. Whether you go to planets or you are on space stations or whatever it is,
Right.
They
and then you can have combat on your spaceship and.
Yep. Well, hopefully it's better than Dragon.
So many options. Wow.
They just made was it Doom, right? So that got FPS of the year and named greatest FPS software developer ever.
Yeah.
And what's the one that they came out with recently? The Rage 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one looked interesting.
Looked good. It was open world, but a lot of people says like driving the car they don't want to do. But I don't know whether I'll buy it or not. But it looked a lot of fun and it looked a lot like Doom. It might be worth only 1 or 2 playthroughs. But it started off. What I did like about it when they brought it out and they showed me the trailer was the guy was there talking. So obviously it's a voice protagonist, and you even hear that in the playthrough. And he was going through it, but where he started off was like, they done this. This is what the world lives in. And he was like, no, I don't give a fuck. And I thought this was going to be a guy who's just like gone rage. And he's like, right, that's it. I'm going to kill fucking everything. I'm killing everything on the entire planet. I'm wiping it all out. And I was like, shit, yeah. And then it was, he's bringing down stuff like spaceships and stuff like he's trying to save the planet. And I was like, yeah, you're all right. Sounds like too much effort. At
first, you're just like, I can relate. All right.
Yeah.
You want to save them? Okay.
Well, I guess next time we'll be getting into, let's see, we'll be heading to the Fringe. We're taking the Fringe back to Oblivion. Rebuilding the Gatekeeper, the Helpless Army. Then we have a couple Crucible quests, Museum of Oddities, and Ushnar's Terror. And then some stuff the Big Divide.
Fuzz.
Fuzz again?
Yeah.
Am I breaking up here?
Got some static over there.
I wonder if I might have a line open I need to close. That might be it. I do know what it is, actually. I had my phone plugged in last night when I was recording something, and I still have that line in the mixer, and I bet it's like hitting something. It's an open line. I'll get rid of that. I will have to get rid of that. Thankfully, I'm not hearing it here, so it's not on the recording at least. But
Awesome.
Oh, good.
that's a good thing. It's fucking with you guys, but hey, look, it's not on the recording.
I don't have my volume on that loud, so I'm okay.
There you go.
And I've got my earphones blasting out. What level to 70 or something like that?
You turned it up to 11.
Up to 11.
Yep.
Yeah,
Up
up
to
to 11. Oh, man. Well, do we have anything else? I think we covered all our E3 stuff. And
Well, we just finished the recording session 4 of
session 4
AD of Skyrim 10 AD. The first episode of that came out last week, I think, for the patrons. And I think we're on episode 5 or 6 on the general Skyrim Addict feed. And,
yes, the next one will come out after this.
Yeah, I think, what was the one that just came out?
4?
Yeah, no, I was trying to remember what they were doing.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
when they met when they met up with the Jarl.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Correct.
And Victor's character decided not to meet the Jarl.
So the next one on the main feed here will come up after probably a week after this releases, and then the next Skyrim 10 AD will be out.
Yay!
And we're kind of coasting through the summer.
So much fun playing
it.
They may come out quicker. Who knows? Because Skyrim. I mean, we're never going to get new Elder Scrolls games. So there's that. We're gonna have to make up our own stories going forward. So
maybe ASA will become a Starfield addict.
A Starfield. There you go. Look at that. We don't even have to change the acronym. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. It's like they thought of us.
They're like, Michael, we know you don't like to put a lot of effort, so
look,
here you go.
We don't want to have you change anything, so we're just going to keep using this initial right here. And then it'll be Somerset. It'll be. Then we're going back to Somerset.
Go. Yeah.
A Somerset addict.
Again. Look, I know we just went there in ESO, but we're going here again. Although it won't be just going there in ESO at that point. It's 3 years down the road. So
yeah.
It will have been 3 years ago. So there is that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice because maybe they can actually do a nice, really big storyline with the Sidgics.
Yeah, I think the next one, I would love to see something very expansive. I would like to see some more fluid quests,
And I think the thing that everybody wants is just people recognizing you as the hero of whatever.
Absolutely. Yes. Or, whatever you are. Yeah. Agree. Even in this, even in Oblivion, they did kind of recognize you. Because I did the town quests after, whatchamacallit? After the Mania and Dementia quests and stuff. So they would like, oh, you're the one.
Before.
Yeah, they're like, you're the one who lit the flame and all this. I was like, oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad you recognize that.
They get there to lick my toes.
I'm glad you recognize my accomplishments.
We recognize you did this, but can you go grab this little thingamajig?
Yeah.
It's pretty insignificant, but yeah, you can go grab that for me.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, they are crazy. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't know what's going on anyway. Oh, man. Well, that's all I have for this time. I'm going to edit the show and get it out there. And we'll figure out a time for the next one, probably sometime in July, after Comic-Con, I would assume.
Yep, and I should actually be caught up by then now.
You have a month, Juan. You have to get caught up.
Yes, I know. And I went through a lot of it.
Well, it's not like you haven't played it before.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just never did enough in the Shivering Isles to really remember, which is the tough part.
Yeah, I had only played through it really one time originally, the Shivering Isles part. So so for it, a lot of it is like I remember hints here and there, little things here and there, but I don't remember big overarching parts of the story and all. So,
yep.
Well, with that, I say thanks everybody for listening. Thanks to the patrons. If you want to become a patron, just ASAPodcasting. No, it's patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. And if you can throw us a buck, that's fine. Just pays for the feeds for this show, the Fallout feed, Spaceship, something else. There's another show. Yep. What is that? Oh, the Not Defunct, where I will eventually. Somebody's going to record a live thing soon, live playthrough soon. What is it? The Let's Play show. Yeah. Used to be Let's Play Skyrim, so there's that. But that's all I have. Take care, everyone.
Later, guys.
All right. Good night, good day, good afternoon, wherever you may be.